Hello mi gente and welcome back to Nata Knows Best. So today we're gonna be making some soft and fluffy pumpkin cookies that are perfect for the fall. And these aren't just your traditional pumpkin cookies. We're actually gonna be rolling these in some powdered sugar, which makes them pumpkin crinkle cookies. These are gonna be so addicting, so let's get into it. So I'm gonna jump right into this recipe and start with our dry ingredients. So in a large bowl, I have some all-purpose flour and I'm going to add some salt, and I'm also going to add some baking powder and some baking soda. And I'm just gonna whisk everything together, making sure there's no clumps. Now I'm gonna move my dry ingredients aside and start working on my wet ingredients. So in another bowl, I have some softened butter, which is unsalted. And for those of you who are looking for the ingredients and measurements for this recipe, I will be linking them down below in the description box. I will also be posting this recipe on my website, which is nataknowsbest.com, so don't forget to check that out. To my softened butter, I'm going to add some white sugar. And I'm also going to add some brown sugar. And then I'm going to mix everything together until it's light and fluffy. To my creamed sugar and butter, I'm going to add 1 large egg. And I'm also going to add some pumpkin puree. Not pumpkin pie filling, pumpkin puree. So this is just the pumpkin. And it's gonna give it so much moisture and fluffiness. And again, just mix everything together. Next, I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And last but not least, the most important step to any pumpkin dessert is obviously incorporating that pumpkin spice. So here I have a generous amount of pumpkin spice. I'm talking 1 tablespoon. So this is really gonna amp up that pumpkin flavor, and it's gonna make the cookies smell so aromatic. So that's the last thing I added, and I'm just gonna give it 1 last whisk. All right, so I finished preparing both my wet and dry ingredients. So I'm going to remove my whisk and start with a spatula and slowly incorporate my wet ingredients into my dry ingredients. And we're gonna do this in small batches, just slowly folding in those ingredients, adding more of my wet. And your batter should look something like this. It's just slightly tacky, but very thick. So in order to solidify our cookie dough, I'm going to put it in the freezer or the fridge, whichever one you prefer. And I'm gonna keep it in there for about 30 minutes, just so our batter can solidify a little bit, get a little easier to work with. And then we're gonna go ahead and roll our cookie dough balls into the powdered sugar. So I'll report right back. Our cookie dough is nice and chilled, so now I'm going to go ahead and grab a ice cream scooper. If you have a cookie scooper, that's even better. And I'm going to form a ball of the cookie dough, roll it in my palms, and then I'm going to roll it in our powdered sugar. You want to do this very generously. So I'm just going to repeat the process. I have my ice cream scooper slash cookie scooper. I'm going to roll a ball and then go ahead and roll it generously in powdered sugar. It almost looks like a powdered donut. So now that I've prepared our cookies, I'm gonna go ahead and put them in a preheated oven and bake them for roughly 10 to 14 minutes. The first batch of our pumpkin cookies are ready, so I'm going to dig right in and give you guys a taste test. These cookies are looking so incredible. Just look how perfectly they crinkled up. They definitely are moist. Just look at the centers of them. And they're perfectly soft, nice and sweet. The pumpkin flavor is so strong. Those warm, earthy spices are really coming through. They're perfectly chewy and pillowy. These are the perfect pumpkin cookies that I know everyone is going to love for the fall. If you guys enjoyed this recipe, go ahead and give me a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite part was. Remember, I will also be posting this recipe to my website, which is nataknowsbest.com. I'm going to also be posting this recipe to my playlist, which is Nata Knows Desserts. I have several fall desserts on that playlist. So if you're getting on a roll and you're just in the fall spirit and you're looking for some extra desserts to make, go ahead and check that out. Stay tuned for next week for another delicious recipe. And as always, mi gente, thank you so much for watching. Nata Knows Best.